What's going on, fellow monster hunters? I don't know about you, but I've been spending the last week absolutely killing every monster in sight. This shit has got me so hyped up I can hardly contain myself. I thought to myself, you know what? Let's make one of those videos where it talks about each weapon and what that weapon says about you. Except, it's the Rude Boy edition. So buckle up and strap on in, because we're about to get rude. Our first weapon is the Great Sword. Big sword, small brain.
You love dealing massive damage, but have the reaction time of a sloth. You miss half your swings and blame the monster for moving. If patience is a virtue, you have none. You like to brag about the good old days and how your sports team won sectionals, and that you used to bench 405. You think that having a big sword means people will think you are big in real life. You have alcoholism and still think you can do better than the professional athletes themselves.
The Longsword, tripping teammates since day one.
You think you're the main character, but in reality you're just an anime wannabe who constantly spams counters and still carts first. Congratulations, you're the reason people hate multiplayer. You probably think you are a super nice guy and don't understand why the hot girls on Facebook don't respond to you when you write, "Wow, beautiful," on every one of their selfies they post.
The Sword and Shield, forgotten and indecisive.
You didn't want to commit to a playstyle, so you picked the jack of all trades, master of none type weapon. You tell yourself it's versatile when really it's just mid. You really don't have much of a personality, you play a basic human in every fantasy game. You probably have a Costco membership and think Frank's hot sauce is spicy.
The Dual Blades, zero brain activity weeb.
You run in, spam attacks, and then wonder why you're out of stamina and on fire. The monster sneezes, and you cart. Evasion? Ha! Never heard of it. You watch so much anime and own body pillows. You have figures of questionably aged girls in your room. You haven't washed your bed sheets in months, and you take ADHD meds.
The Hammer, bonk brain, and nothing else.
You have two goals in life, smash heads and ruin your teammates' positioning. You hit like a truck but couldn't dodge a slow-moving bus if your life depended on it. There's a good chance you love WWE, and an even better chance that you don't know its stage. You call people that use bidets gay and only drink Bud Light because only hipsters and pussies drink other beers. You actually hate the taste of beer and still manage to become an alcoholic anyways.
The Hunting Horn, a support player who secretly wants to be a DPS.
You pretend you picked this weapon to help your team, but we all know you're just a hammer man who likes cross-dressing. You play a bard and support in most games, mainly because you suck at every other role, and there generally isn't a metric to track how bad you are at support too. You were in a marching band in high school, but stuck playing the bass drum because you were too bad to play a real instrument. At the end of the day, you're just happy to be there.
Lance, the definition of stubborn.
You picked the least exciting weapon in the game because you hate fun. You plant your feet and poke until the fight is over, refusing to dodge because blocking is better. Speedruns are for cowards, and you're probably late on your child support payments and haven't cleaned the litter box in 10 days. You think standing in one spot makes you a badass, but it's just to cover up the fact that you're too dumb to play a harder weapon, and that's why your wife left you.
The Gun Lance, explosions first, survival second.
You live for big booms and somehow have even less finesse than a hammer user. You blast everything, including yourself, and your teammates hate you for it. You are a 65 IQ person who reposts false information on Facebook that your Uncle Ron posted. You probably own a Harley in a truck that costs more than the trailer you live in. You think that if you make enough noises and boom, then Trelina will come back to you. Pro tip, she won't. And you have a tattoo on your calf that says, "Don't tread on me."
The Switch Axe, you like swords but you can't handle a great sword.
You wanted a flashy weapon but didn't want to learn the charge blade. You fled between two forms for getting half your combos and spend more time out of stamina than actually hitting the monster. You are a hyper-masculine alpha bro type, but you secretly beat off the trans porn. You accidentally bust on your tap-out shirt before you drive to Walmart to buy Oreos and steaks often.
The Charge Blade, overcomplicated and proud of it.
You act like your weapon is so technical, but 90% of the time you're just mashing buttons and praying your files will charge. Let's be honest, you don't even know how guard points work. You are the person who, well, actually's everyone at work. You have been living off your rich parents your entire life and spend most of your free time moderating Reddit forums. You feel like the system is rigged against you. You think working more than 4 hours a day is considered slavery.
The Insect Glaive, your kinsect has better aim than you do.
You spend half the hunt in the air showing off, but nobody is impressed. Your damage is pathetic, and you only picked this weapon because you saw a cool anime fight scene once. You are probably obese in real life, and the last time you actually got air was when a bully in middle school tossed you in a snowbank because you couldn't stop eating your own boogers at the lunch table and shitting your pants.
The Bow, why fight up close when I can roll away like a coward?
You dodge 10 times before attacking once. You think that you are being stylish, but all you're doing is wasting stamina and making the hunt take longer. You cart to everything because you have the defense of wet paper. You became bi-curious after you watched Lord of the Rings and saw Orlando Bloom for the first time. You can't come out to your family though because they are afraid of what grandmama might think, even though she's a strong breeze away from dying and getting sent to hell where she belongs.
Light Bowgun, the Call of Duty iPad Kid.
You love spamming status effects and pretending it's skill. If you didn't have cheese strats, you'd be completely useless. Your teammates carry you while you spam slicing ammo from the back. I thought about leaving this one completely out because it's so boring and basic it's not even worth being paid attention to, kinda like you. You are the epitome of average in every way, shape, and form. You are a 32-year-old, 5'8", chubby, balding guy with anger issues. Your diet consists of Domino's and Kraft mac and cheese.
The Heavy Bowgun for the people who actively hate the point of Monster Hunter.
You love dealing ridiculous damage, but get deleted if anything so much as looks in your direction. Either stand still like an idiot or roll like a panicked hamster, no in between. You are literally brain dead. You get upset at the smallest amount of challenge or criticism. You got kicked out of community college because you thought that raiding in World of Warcraft was more important. You couldn't even clear normal mode, and that's somehow society's fault.
Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content, and for God's sake, you better not cart that third time. You better not make me fail that quest, I fucking swear to